my name is Katie and I am the Duchess of Suds here at Royalty Soaps. My most popular video by far is the original bath cupcake frosting tutorial, where I demonstrate how to create royal icing to decorate the top of your bath cupcake. I have since updated that recipe in another video to be even more foolproof and to include a bubbling agent. Still, I receive so many requests for a frosting that doesn't have any sugar, that doesn't have any cream of tartar, and that doesn't have any meringue powder, and still can be piped. So today, that's exactly what we're making. Now you probably see down in the title that this video says 1 of 2, and that's because, yes indeed, I have 2 recipes for you. This first one's for beginners, and the second one is for more advanced bath and body product creators, as it requires you to move a little faster, but the end product is a little bit harder and less fragile. This recipe that I'm demonstrating in this video was created by Sarah from Handmade Soap by Sarah, and you can purchase it in her online shop. She has also been generous enough to give us a coupon code, cha-ching, and I will be sneaking that somewhere into the video, so keep your eyes peeled. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So in my mixer, I have baking soda, kaolin clay, SLSa, which stands for sodium lauryl sulfonyl acetate, that's quite a mouthful, and tapioca starch. So I've mixed this up for about 30 seconds just to make sure everything is good and incorporated. And so now I'm going to add my liquid part, and you can see this liquidy mixture here. It looks kind of curdled, and that's because it has Polysorbate 80 in it. So in here, in the liquid, we have my pink colorant, which is from Wholesale Supplies Plus. I'll leave a link in the description box down below. I have Polysorbate 80, I have cocoa butter, I have some grapeseed oil, and Bubble Up, which is Wholesale Supplies Plus's fancy name for Coco Betaine, which is also quite a mouthful. So I'm going to turn this mixer on low, and I'm going to start pouring this in. And it's kind of gooey and sloppy. Now that that's mixed up pretty good, it is time to add the witch hazel. And I am actually tripling the recipe that Sarah has created because I have quite a few cupcakes that need to be iced. So now that I've poured that in there, I'm going to start mixing it up again until the frosting is the consistency of royal icing. So you don't want to over mix until it starts getting hard and crumbly. You just want it to look sort of soft and smooth. When you're finished mixing, the consistency is going to look very much like this. It's very creamy and smooth and still sort of liquidy, but still very pipable and holds its shape pretty well. So now I'm going to scrape all of this off the mixer here, and then I'm going to put it in my piping bag. We're going to start piping the cupcakes. Here's all my little cupcake bases. Now I've just used a regular bath bomb recipe that I got from Holly Port's book called Make It Fizz. The bath bomb recipes in there are really great. So I'm going to start out by putting a little dollop in the middle. And these don't stick very well, just so you know, so you might have to use your hands. If you don't want to put a dollop in the middle, you could start out by going around the sides, just like this. If the frosting is getting a little too hard to pipe, put it back in the mixer or use your hand mixer, whichever one you're using today, and add a little bit more of the witch hazel. That will make it all smooth again. I would add about 2 tablespoons and see if it's soft enough to pipe again. The workability of this recipe just makes me so happy inside. I'm really, really glad that somebody developed a recipe that is so user-friendly and easy to do and turns out great every time. You can see my bubble bars are going very, very smoothly, which is just awesome. I used a tip that lots of people like to use. It's not my favorite tip, but lots of other people like to use it, which is why I used it for this demo. Now I'm just going to go ahead and answer some questions I know I'm going to get. One of them being, do you have to have a stand mixer to make this recipe? The answer is no. You don't need a stand mixer to make this. You can use one of the little like electric mixers that you just put the little beaters in. That will work just fine. In fact, I think the video that Sarah has of her making it, that's the one she actually uses. I just use my KitchenAid because I have one. Also, I know I'm going to get asked, where do you get the Coco Betaine and the SLSa. I will leave some links to where I get mine down in the description box below. You can get them in most countries, I do believe. I know bath bomb makers and bubble bar makers in the UK and stuff that use all of these ingredients, so you should be able to find them. Also, I know I'll get asked where I got these little strawberry cups. I got those from Etsy. Now that you've done the first round here, it's time to move around to the tops. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go around and then put a little spike there on the top. And that's what all of them are gonna look like. Just like so. And they will hold their shape. You don't have to do anything special to these. Like I said, very, very user friendly. And the bubbles that come from this are absolutely awesome. Now, as far as decorations go, you can leave them just like this. I mean, I think they're beautiful just like this. But I'm going to be putting some little melt and pour soap embeds on top. Little strawberries, just because that's my style. You can also put some cosmetic grade glitter on top. That will be really, really pretty. You could put some sprinkles on top. Sprinkles, I found, have a little bit of a harder time sticking. So I would consider maybe spraying the tops with witch hazel first and then putting the sprinkles on, because I bet you'd have an easier time of them sticking if you do that. And we're done. So you can see 3 batches did it perfectly for me, and I didn't have to add anything special. Like sometimes when you upgrade recipes, they say, you know, for each time you upgrade you want to add another ½ an ounce of something. Well, that wasn't necessary for this. For me, you just literally just triple it. Now I'm going to take some of my white diamond glitter. This is from TKB Trading, and I'm just going to sprinkle this on top, just to make it shiny and pretty for funsies. And now here are my strawberry embeds that I made with my melt and pour soap, and I'm just going to stick these right in the top, just like this. These really, really make it for me. I just think that melt and pour embeds on top just add so much to a product. Really kind of brings it all together. And as I've said before, these make really, really wonderful gifts for like a birthday party or for a baby shower or for a wedding shower. They're very, very versatile gifts. Lots and lots of people like these. I'm just gonna stick the rest of them in just like this. And then I will leave these to dry for 24 to 30 hours. And this is what they look like all close. They really are as easy to make as they look. They really are. It's very, very simple. The directions are very, very straightforward. You essentially mix up the dry ingredients with the liquid ingredients, and then you add the witch hazel, and that's really about it. You can make these in any different color and any different fragrance that you like. So let's move on now to the bubble bar demonstration. I figured if I was going to be sharing a recipe with you guys, I should probably show you how well that recipe performs. So here is the bath cupcake, and I'm going to take the bubble bar frosting off of the top and cut it in half. And then I'm going to hold this half underneath warm running water. If you want to take like a bit of pantyhose or some sort of other mesh material and put your bubble bar in there, that's good too. That way it can catch all of the little crumbs. And this is what the bubbles look like. Yes, aren't they luxurious and fabulous? I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it super duper helpful. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and maybe even leave me a comment below. Try it out for yourself. See if you like it. I'm telling you, you're not going to be sorry. This is one of the most foolproof recipes I've ever used. I have used it for multiple batches. They all turned out fabulous. This is what I used for my holiday product stock for the Royalty Soaps Etsy shop. Everybody loved them. I have rave reviews about them. You gotta try them for yourself. And I hope you will join me again next week when I will show you Nicole from 2 Wild Hares recipe. And until then, you have a royal day, and bye for now!